Hey everyone, it's just Daryl here, and I'm just wanting to talk about, Black Ops 6 in general and how I feel about the game as a whole, because I do have some opinions on it. I am sorry about not having the gold GS45 video up and ready for today, because I was wanting to get that done, but I've been feeling under the weather as of late, especially like last night, because I had some like bacon that I made that was apparently not good anymore, and I won't lie to you, I've been puking my guts out for a lot of the day. So I'm just recording this because it is probably the only thing I can get away with doing right now. And before I get into what I'm going to talk about, I just want to thank people who watched the last two videos because, the recent one got 1.2k views, which is pretty incredible and it is actually the most I've ever gotten on anything. And I've been trying this since I was 12. So I'm going to start off talking about zombies because zombies is what I'm most passionate about in like the Black Ops games, especially because I played them a lot in like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, especially Black Ops 3. That was when zombies was at its peak in my opinion. Now a lot of what I'm going to say about zombies might be negative, though I am going to say that I really like the zombies. I think it's really good. I think it's an improvement over Cold War, and I think the maps that we're getting from the start are better than the maps in Cold War. Every single one of them. But there are like a lot of features in Black Ops 6 Zombies that I think is just feature creep, and it really feels like they just took one mechanic from like an older game and split it into two, and I just think that's really strange and a lazy way to like add more, I guess, features to zombies. These features as a whole aren't really making zombies worse, it's just personally I find them a little strange and I think they should be changed or removed altogether. Armor plates in zombies, I gotta say, is probably one of the more egregious examples of a feature that just really doesn't feel like a feature. It feels like they wanted to like expand zombies, but they weren't sure how to do it, so they just ripped a mechanic like straight from Warzone, and I gotta say, it doesn't like make it objectively worse, but I think it just makes it feel really bloated at times. The first armor upgrade is 4,000 and the second one is 10,000, but it's a little higher if you go straight to the third one. And I gotta say, it's fine, but it's just really strange to stretch out Juggernog as an upgrade into several different like purchases. And what I mean is like essentially armor like as a system is just more health. And Jug as like a perk is supposed to just give you more health so you're more durable. But Jug is actually in this game, so not only do you have Jug, which you can buy to upgrade your health, but then you gotta buy the armor. The only real difference between Jug and the armor is that with the armor, you have to reapply it and it goes away. So it's just Jug that goes away. And does that really sound that fun to you? No, it really doesn't. And to be honest with you, I really think they should do away with the armor system and just have Jug give you that amount of health. Hitting like a button or a key on your keyboard to like replenish your Jug is not really an engaging like gameplay mechanic. It's just a QTE feature in the middle of your fucking game. Maybe I'm being unreasonable or not giving it like the chance it deserves, but I really just think it's taking Jug and splitting it into two different mechanics without really doing much to make the game better. There's also a similar problem with like Quick Revive and the salvage system, because most of the time with the salvage system, you're making the self-revive thing. You're not doing much else. But like Quick Revive in the older games was the self-revive feature. So why was it split into two fucking different things again? And yeah, maybe I'm not giving the salvage system enough credit because it is cool that you can make certain things in the middle of a match. But one of those things is armor plates, and you already know how I feel about armor. I think keeping the salvage system is fine, I just think splitting up like Quick Revive is not. And personally, I think the armor system would be more tolerable if instead of having to buy the upgrades off of a wall, you use salvage to upgrade the armor. Don't even get me started on the idea that you have to pack a punch a gun and upgrade the rarity at the same time for it to do enough damage. That is so incredibly lazy, it makes me a little upset. I get wanting to extend progression into later rounds, but was that really the best they could do? Just making you have to pack a punch your gun 3 times and having to upgrade the rarity 5 times? And honestly, I don't think I'd even mind either system. Sure, they're lazy, but having both of them is too much because there are like, I think 15 different stages of progression in which your weapon can be in, and like most of them are just the weapon rarity system. I honestly think triple packing is fine if you get rid of the weapon rarity system. They got rid of, double tap as a perk in the game, so maybe have like one of the pack-a-punches, add double tap to your gun. That would be a cool way to replace that without really taking away from the game. Another way they try to extend progression is by making it where each time you buy a perk, the next one is more expensive, and I think that is really dumb. I just don't like that feature. I just feel like it's, again, a lazy way to do that. It makes it to where there's an efficient way to buy perks, so you are not like allowed to experiment at the start. I personally like buying stamina up like near the start so I can get around the map faster and more efficiently, but at the cost of doing that, I lose out on Jug for a little longer because that goes up. Just make it make sense. It's just a really dumb mechanic that really shouldn't even exist. Armored zombies as a concept are really bad when you mix them up with bosses, because what's the point of having both? They both do the same thing, just one a little less so. And like, I thought the whole point of the regular zombies was that it was just really satisfying to mow them down, but when there's like one zombie in the crowd that just will not go down, that's not fun, and it doesn't scare me at all. It just makes me annoyed because it feels like my weapon's just not working right. Combine that with the fact that like boss zombies spawn like way too much in later rounds, especially in multiplayer. And yeah, that's the point in multiplayer, they should spawn a lot of them to balance things out. But spawning as many as they do in even single player is insane, especially when you combine that with like the armored zombies who just do not want to go down. I like the zombies, but I just think that there's a few things that need to be looked at and tweaked before we can really say that we're back on zombies. Because like, I like the 2 new maps, but I just think that the features alone could drag them behind a little bit. In terms of multiplayer, I have a lot of good things to say, because in terms of bad, it's just involving the players themselves and not like actual mechanics. Omni movement was an ingenious idea. It was good in Helldivers 2, and it's even better in Call of Duty because it just feels like something that should have been in the game since Cold War, or hell, even Black Ops 3. Though it is a shame that it is definitely not coming back as soon as a studio other than Treyarch makes a COD game again, because it's going to be too hard for them to implement it. I really like that the camo challenges have been simplified by a lot, because in like Modern Warfare, it was too much. It was actually just stupid and not even worth your time. Like, if you did it, you were on a whole different level. Like, I don't even know why you did that. It feels like in the COD games leading up to 6, they like really hinged on the idea that people would spend a lot of time trying to do the camo challenges. So they just made them really tedious and convoluted just for the sake of keeping player like retention. 6 is pretty upfront about not wanting to like waste your time or all that. You don't even have to level up the guns to do the challenges, which is something in the like games before this one. And that by itself made the challenges really tedious. And there's going to be a crowd of people who say that it doesn't feel as special because it's a lot easier. That's fine. It's not that it's even easier, it's just you have to go less out of your way to try and do them. Like, I'm actually having fun trying to get gold on like the pistols so far. They're really fun because it's just headshot kills, and there's like 2 challenges to, you know, get the special skins and then 1 to get gold, which is usually just double kills, which is easy. Like I mentioned earlier, the only real issues that I have with the multiplayer are stuff that the players themselves are doing and not the game itself. Camping is a frequent issue in this game for me, and maybe I'm just unlucky, but I get into lobbies where there are just people who sit in one spot and they just never leave. I also think skill-based matchmaking is really annoying, though I don't personally find it as frustrating because it is nice to have games where you can just breeze past them because you struggled in a match where you ran against like gamer gods. But as a concept, I think it could be tweaked a little bit and actually perfected to, you know, do what it's actually supposed to do instead of making it like a sweat fest every other match. In terms of the campaign, I haven't actually played any of that. I'm kind of saving it for, you know, more videos because I do want to make videos of me playing the campaign because I've heard a lot of good about it. Now I just kind of want to go over, you know, my channel. I am really humbled that 1.2k people wanted to watch the last video. It is like an experience that I can never expect to happen again, but I'll be just as happy if, you know, I even get half as many on like this video, which I doubt I will because it's not like a highly edited, you know, multiplayer video. This is just a lazy video that I'm making because like I don't really feel well enough to put a bunch of time into editing. I remember on the 9mm video when I got like 200 views and a bunch of people were like sending me Discord DMs while I was at work telling me like, oh dude, your video is like getting 200 views, it's at 300, now it's at 400, and it was like the same thing with this video, except it was like even faster. I am definitely open to suggestions. I am going to start doing zombies as well at some point, because I did see that on a community post that I made, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I do have footage of me beating Liberty Falls Easter egg with like a bunch of friends, but at the same time, I don't think that'll be the next video I make, or even the first zombies video that I make. I am tempted to do round 100, because as a concept, it's pretty novel. I'm also interested in like doing other games as well, and I am like very aware that I will not keep the same like viewer retention or even like views, but I just think it'd be fun to do because like the whole point of this is to have fun, not to just do what's going to make me the most popular, which is not what I'm looking for. I just am humbled that even 1,000 people watched a COD video, and I'll be humbled if like 20 people watch a horror game video, because, you know, it's just awesome that even like 20 people can watch a video and enjoy it, because I don't even know up to 20 people. I don't even think I know 20 different people in my life at the moment. But that's all I have to say today. I hope all of you have a great rest of your week, day, whatever. Good night. Have a good rest, yada yada. It was just Daryl, and thanks.